It's one of the great cities of the U.S. Midwest, but it's no mistake on the lake anymore. It has a Hall of Fame and plenty of great food.
And we go to the U.S. South to find Scots Americans who are proud about their heritage.
Then we go back to Oahu for a shrimp truck battle. This is the Super Bowl of shrimp trucks.
And we show you what is probably the best par 3 17th hole that you don't know about.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Welcome to Cleveland. And what better time to be here than in the middle of the Christmas season?
That's right, and Merry Christmas to everybody out there as well. And Cleveland is definitely cold in the winter, but at the same time, too, there's still a lot of great things to do here. This is Public Square, right in the heart of downtown Cleveland. And yes, the temps are in single digits, but that doesn't stop folks from coming to Cleveland.
And it's so pretty at Christmas time with all the lights. Now, for folks like us, this is brutally cold, especially me who is from Sydney, Hawaii, and Cali. So even for Pete's, though, not used to the Cleveland winters, there is plenty to enjoy here.
But wait, the Cavs are not in town, the Browns are out of the playoffs, and the Indians are out of season, so where do you play?
We went to the Jack Casino, which is right next to many hotels, and you can walk there without going outside. A definite plus in the winter.
Oh yeah, and this casino has the feel of Vegas, but without the smoke.
Instead of a taste for the tables, we hit the B-Spot Burger on the second floor of the Jack.
It is one of Michael Simon's spots, and as you will see, Michael is quite dominant in this very solid food town.
And the B-Spot did not disappoint. You can get burgers or brats. We chose the Yo Burger.
Besides the beef, it has fried salami, capicola, hot peppers, Sasha sauce, and provolone.
The salami and the capicola gave the burger some nice layers of texture, and there were also unexpected and decadent flavors in there too. It's definitely a burger that you will want to use a lot of napkins with.
Yeah, that's right. The bread was perfect, even for someone like me trying to go gluten-free. There was the right amount of bread in the bread-to-burger ratio. It complemented the burger perfectly.
And the burger had a little Italian to it, so the fries needed some southern charm, and we got the porky fries. This is pulled pork, pickled chilies, and Cheese Whiz.
That's right. We were hoping Michael might have replaced the Cheese Whiz with something a little bit more nourishing like Velveeta, but we're not complaining.
That Michael Simon, he does not fool around. This had a feel of Carolina barbecue with a tangy vinegar base, and that tamed down the rich pork and cheese whiz.
Now, we added some of the B-Spot's specially made condiments you need to try with the burgers, or as even a dipping sauce for your fries.
Lola ketchup had cayenne, curry powder, cinnamon, cumin, vinegar, and 3 chilies. All we can say is, wow.
Yeah, that's right. The coffee barbecue sauce is made with strong coffee, sherry vinegar, chipotle powder, coriander, and dark brown sugar.
And Shasha sauce, named after Michael's mother-in-law, is mustard and pickled banana peppers with white vinegar. Again, more great vinegar layers.
Now, one place you should hit is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. After all, Cleveland disc jockey Alan Freed coined the phrase for the first time back in the 1950s. And it has been used since.
As have the many artists who are immortalized here. The displays remember many of the greats, many still living, and it is worth a quick ride downtown.
Now, like we always try to do, we try to get out of the busy area to find you some spots off the beaten path.
And we found a few in Cleveland's upper area, near Case Western Reserve.
It is about a 10-minute ride from downtown.
The first gem, and we do mean gem, is L'Albatros, a French brasserie set in an old carriage house.
This deserves a segment all on its own. We were enthralled with so much here.
That is right. Everything we ordered was so true French brasserie, and we really had a hard time deciding what to get. We did start with some cocktails, though.
This is Jalapeno Business. It's Cachaca 51, muddled limes, jalapenos, and simple syrup. And Cachaca 51 is a popular rum made in Brazil from sugarcane juice.
And it delivers like nobody's business. It's earthy and gritty, but it has a refreshing quality to it as well.
Yeah, you could drink this all year round.
Oh, that is so true. And then this is L'Albatros number 2. Get ready. It's Hennessy, chartreuse, absinthe spray, fennel gastrique, mint, lemon, and tonic. What a perfect sophisticated winter cocktail.
It's their signature drink, and talk about refined with great licorice layers from the chartreuse, absinthe, and fennel.
Oh, if you are a licorice or fennel fan, you have got to get this. Plus, the fennel on the top is really pretty.
Then a quintessentially French appetizer made of braised leeks with Dijon mustard sauce.
Braising the leeks makes them so sweet and buttery, and the Dijon mustard is just the right accompaniment of tanginess and spice.
Now, while I am on a gluten-free diet, the bread is worth mentioning and eating, especially with the olive oil, fleur de sel, and Dijon mustard.
And then this decadence, a cassoulet. Rich, steamy, and full of the flavors of France from beginning to end. We were so enamored with it, we just left the camera running.
So our undercover operative filled us in.
And the cuisine is just so authentic French.
Yes, thank you. It is a French brasserie, so our menu never changes. Chef Zach Brule is our owner, and he has kind of put his twist on some of the dishes, but he keeps it pretty authentic.
Now that had everything in it to make a perfect cassoulet. Braised white beans, lamb, duck confit, pork belly, and sausages.
Perfect comfort food. And what more could you want? Well, how about a refreshing luncheon salad to finish the meal?
We got the brasserie chopped salad with roquefort.
The flavors were beautifully juxtaposed, and this salad was light and tasty. Perfect with a glass of white wine.
And speaking of wine, we also had some beautiful ones.
A Chardonnay by Paul Bouchard from Bourgogne, which is Burgundy in France.
And this Saint-Emilion by Chateaubriand Bouqueret, Calice from Bordeaux, France.
Our operative filled us in on Zach Brule. He's the chef phenom and restaurateur who started La Bistro.
Zach Brule is our owner. He's been in the restaurant business for over 30 years. He kind of took a little break for a minute, and then he opened up, starting with Parallax 11 years ago, into La Albatross about 9 years ago, Table 45, Canado, Cowl and Hubbard, Alley Cat, Dynamite in Uptown, Dynamite in Playhouse Square. He's taken over the Natural History Museum catering, and he will be opening a brewery in April in
So
the
he's
Flats.
sitting on his ass doing nothing.
He's a very, very bored man. He's slightly nutty, but he keeps us all on our toes. He's actually the one that works the most out of anybody.
Nearby, we went to the Glidden House, which is an old mansion started by the Glidden family, who made their fortune in paint.
The house, which is now a boutique hotel, was built in 1910. It has a fireplace that came from France and might be 2 centuries old.
You can even stay here, and it is worth just dropping in for a drink.
Well, then we came back downtown to hit another Michael Simon spot. Michael literally owns this town with great restaurants, and Lola's is one of the best.
Oh, that is so true. So you have to start with cocktails. The bartenders are as friendly as their drink-making skills.
We had the grapefruit ginger gimlet with grapefruit, lime, ginger-infused vodka, and ruby red grapefruit juice served on the rocks.
Refreshing with a nice bite of ginger, and then the citrus from the lime and grapefruit made for one invigorating cocktail.
Next, the OMG, and it's as good as it sounds.
That's right. It's Grey Goose L'Orange vodka with Saint Germain, vanilla-infused simple syrup, and fresh lemon. It is a wow, all right.
Now, we also tried the citrus chili margarita with tequila, chili water, orange, and lemon, and the gin and juice made with watershed gin and blood orange bitters.
Both of those lived up to the standard that had already been set by our wonderful and skilled bartenders, Rob and David.
Their attention to detail really made the night for us, and now we needed some food to go with all these tasty drinks.
We went for the Lolita Brussels sprouts. These are remarkable. They are deep fried, which brings out the earthy sweetness, and then tossed with walnuts, capers, and other briny flavors.
Remarkable indeed. I don't think I've ever had Brussels sprouts deep fried like that, and what a special treat that was.
The soup that night was cannellini bean pureed, and then more cannellini beans added for texture. We loved this. It was warming and delightful, especially on this cold night.
And healthy with the kale on top too. Then these pierogies filled with slow-roasted beef cheeks and wild mushrooms, served with horseradish sauce. This was hearty and a fun twist on a classic.
And this is pancakes and eggs. It's creamy burrata, briny roe, fresh asparagus, everything spice, and dill. This is an inventive mix of modern and classic flavor combos.
Now, this dessert set the bar for desserts everywhere after.
It is figgy toffee cake with apple chips, poached pears, and my favorite, the toffee-covered Marcona almonds.
It really hit the mark with the cream cheese ice cream as well. Boy, that was good.
From inventive cocktails to fresh food to elegant decor, Michael Simon delivers on creativity, flavors with a modern spin, and all-around yummy goodness at Lola.
Right about that, and we can't wait to go back.
Now, despite the new and hip restaurants, downtown Cleveland still holds on to its glorious past. From the late 1890s until the mid-50s, when the economy was revived after the Depression and World War II. Many of the buildings still remain from nearly a century ago.
For instance, the Renaissance Hotel opened in 1918 and was called at one time the Hotel Cleveland. And as our bellman, a former journalist and a Cleveland quasi-historian, tells us, the hotel had a lot more rooms than it does today.
Many of the people that traveled across the country on the train eventually would stay at Hotel Cleveland. When the hotel opened, we had 1,000 rooms. We're now down to 491.
And why is that?
Well, times changed. So in 1978, the owners at the time decided to enlarge the rooms to fit in with the times and the demands of the guests.
There's some fake doors up there as a result of that, right?
Right. Those fake doors were originally doors to the 1,000 rooms that the hotel originally had.
Well, as you can see, the staff were lovely there, and all the people you meet in Cleveland are really genuine and down-to-earth, wonderful people.
And there are also other hotels nearby, too, that will keep you close to downtown activities. Now, of course, if you're not a cold weather person, we suggest coming to Cleveland here in the warm weather months. There's still so much to do here.
Oh, that's for sure. And if you're heading to Cleveland, let us help you. Go to jetsetterdeals.com. They'll take care of everything for you, and they'll get you great deals on hotels here in the city.
And when we come back, we're going to do a little saber tossing, and we're going to put our kilts on.
I think you just said I, like you're Scottish,
Aye.
because we are heading south to take you to Scotland. For a refreshing and extremely healthy drink to go with everything, try this one.
It is called A1C, and it's conceivably the healthiest drink ever made.
A1C is the first scientifically designed diabetic drink in the history of the world, and we love it.
And it's just not for people with diabetes, although it is great for that. Anyone can enjoy the wonderful health benefits and delicious flavor.
Go to a1cdrinks.com to try it and use coupon code JETSETTER1 for a 5% discount.
Cheers, Jet Setters.
Undercover Jetsetter helps you jet set the world and at home, bringing you travel, food, wine, mixology, and golf with a reach of 120 million on social media and streaming networks worldwide. We're on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, Wingding TV, Canyon Star TV, and DBTV. If you have questions, comments, or requests, drop them in the comments below.
And welcome back. When the warm weather hits, there are a lot of festivals in the United States that honor the descendants of the people who actually made America great.
And one of the most popular and best attended are the Scottish festivals. We are taking you to Charleston, South Carolina to see what it's all about.
North America has hundreds of Scottish festivals and games. This one is in Charleston, South Carolina, which we attended.
It's a full day of Scottish competitions like caber toss, trying to toss a log that might be used to cross a stream, and a sheaf toss.
If you notice, most of the athletes are out there basically competing using stones, using cabers, which is the log, and using other apparatus to basically compete. Well, back during the days when the English forbid us from practicing or having arms, we practiced with what we had available to us. So thus we trained using items that were among us to train for battle.
In addition to the fighting Scot spirit, their love of music and dance are highly celebrated and preserved. Highland dance competitions and bagpipe bands bring the homeland closer, even down here at Boone Hall, a southern antebellum plantation.
That's because about 9 million Americans, or 4% of the population, claim some Scottish ancestry, especially down south where the Scots-Irish settled in the 18th and 19th centuries.
And there are a number of booths here representing those different clans, but clans with a C, not a K.
These are friendly, festive gatherings accepting folks of all nationalities and family sizes.
Yeah, there's plenty for the kids, although they warn you in stern Scottish terms not to leave your kids unattended.
And some of the wee ones and their parents might find out they are really Scottish themselves. Brian Patterson is part of Clan McLaren, but he once thought he was Irish.
A little history between me and the Clan McLaren. My brother Corey, once he retired from the U.S. Navy, decided he'd sit down one day because we always thought we were Irish. And he sat down one day and did some genealogy and some history, and then he came up one day and said, "Hey, I need to swab your mouth." And I said, "For what?" He said, "We're going to send some spit over to Scotland, and we're going to have our DNA tested and find out." And lo and behold, Clan McLaren, all the males have the same Y chromosome. So thus, we identify now as Scottish in lieu of Irish. But I'll tell you what, we Scots have a fond place in our hearts for the Irish. You know why?
Why is that?
Because every time we go beat up the English, they always come with us.
Well, he definitely has the humor of both. So I wondered, am I from a Scottish clan? Nope. According to the clan records there daily, though Irish derives from, get this, France, likely from the Norman invasion in 1066. Thus my love for Bordeaux wine and herbs de Provence.
Maybe so, but your palate still screams Scotland with this monkey shoulder scotch.
Being Scotch, you charge for tastings, right?
Today, the tastings, you just got to be 21 years old and you'll get a little taste, but if you really like it...
You want to look at my driver's license.
Yeah, right, you got to see that. And then, but if you want a full drink, get a drink ticket from
Actually,
down the way.
Just give me a taste here.
Sure, no problem. Yeah,
I want to taste it.
That's a good idea.
How are you? That's good. I just had to taste.
All right, I'm interested to know what you think.
All right, thanks, buddy.
No problem.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the haggis.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know about that much.
Would you like a sample?
Oh, that is really good.
That's what everyone's been saying today.
Bite.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Little hints of vanilla, and you can taste a little bit of the bourbon barrels.
Just a touch of Grand Marnier in it. And
I believe that would be really good. Yeah.
all right. Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
But there must be a lot more of the hidden Scots here. Sure, fish and chips sold out, as did meat pies, but so did the haggis, which is a mixture of sheep heart, liver, and lungs, along with onion, oatmeal, and spices that really need an acquired Scottish tongue.
Now, there is a huge Scottish festival near Asheville, North Carolina at Grandfather Mountain. But the granddaddy of them all is in Scotland at the Edinburgh Festival every August for nearly 2 weeks.
But if you can't make it there, there are plenty here in the U.S. for all of you laddies and lassies. Talk about passionate and fun people.
Oh, absolutely.
That was a lot of fun. If you get a chance to go to one, go check it out. And who knows, you might find out you're really a Scotman.
That's right. And when we come back, we take you to the island of Oahu to check out their passion for shrimp truck battles.
Keep your employees focused on the customer. How? Bring in full HR with Greg Taylor. Brent Jackson from Breakfront Software did.
I don't care about taking that internally, no matter how many employees we have, because I want all of our employees focused on what's going to continue to get us where we want to go, and let Greg and his team handle all those things that just are a distraction to us and our vision and our goals.
To find out more, go to fullhr.com.
We are in Cozumel, Mexico.
You may have noticed, but the majority of Undercover Jetsetter is shot on the iPhone.
So that means you can create your own TV show.
You may want to have great vacation videos.
Well, we've made it easier for you with our book. It's called The TV Studio in Your Hand.
It's a quick read, and you can get it here.
So bring us along for your next vacation video or your new TV show.
Craving an unforgettable dining experience? Then head to Thoroughbred's Chop House and Seafood Grill. Savor the flavor of premium hand-cut steaks, fresh seafood, and an exquisite wine selection. Perfect for special occasions or a delightful night out. With elegant ambiance, top-notch service, and a menu to impress even the most discerning palates. Thoroughbred's Chop House and Seafood Grill is a culinary treasure. Located on North Kings Highway in Myrtle Beach, discover why it's the jewel of Myrtle Beach dining. Thoroughbred's Chop House and Seafood Grill, where unforgettable memories are made. Reserve your table today.
And welcome back, with all due respect to our many culinary folks on the West Coast who think that they're the ones who came up with the gourmet food truck craze. There's some folks in Hawaii who are going to say, we were doing it long before.
Yeah, no, that's true. And more specifically on the island of Oahu, where I grew up, the shrimp truck culture is embedded there. And thanks to Undercover Jetsetter, we take you to the shrimp truck battle.
This is a must when you are on Oahu. Get out of Waikiki and head to the North Shore to have your own shrimp truck battle.
And this Super Bowl-like battle is between Giovanni's and Mackey's.
Everybody that comes to Hawaii has to try either Mackey's or Giovanni's at least once in their life. And you can come and make a challenge yourself.
That's our undercover operative, Sharon. She sees these shrimp trucks draw crowds of visitors and locals.
I know friends that come here from the other side of the island. Me, I'm from close to the airport, and I come here just to eat shrimp. I drive my mom, so it's like about 40 miles for me just to eat shrimp.
40 miles? Now, we could not find a clear-cut winner. It went down to the aftertaste on the tongue.
Giovanni's shrimp was loaded with butter and plenty of garlic.
Mackey's was great too, but not as garlicky. And on this day, I went with Mackey's because it wasn't as garlicky.
And I went with Giovanni's.
Our operative Sharon provided the tiebreaker.
Well, I like both. They're both tasty, but preferably I like Giovanni's. The stronger garlic flavor and a little bit more salty, more to my taste. And also with Giovanni's, it's also the flavors throughout the whole shrimp. Mackey's is good too, like I say, but there's at the end I kind of lost the flavor at the end.
So Giovanni's was the winner on this day, but you should check them both out and decide for yourself. These trucks are big business with some intrigue.
Yeah, that's because back in 2001, the previous owner used some thugs to try to get back the truck from the second owner who she sold it to.
The former owner wanted the shrimp truck back that she sold it to. Well, the original owner wanted it back because the second owner was making so much money, but he refused to sell it back to the original owner, so second owner has it to this day.
All we saw were happy faces gorging on the best garlic butter shrimp on the island.
And thankfully, they have water nearby. So try your own food truck battle and tell us who wins.
Well, that was definitely not easy to choose. Both were fabulous. I think it depends on your taste buds that day, and either way, it's a fabulous excuse to eat a whole bunch of yummy shrimp.
And it was good too. And when we come back, we're going to show you a par 3 that is not easy to take a bite out of. You need a driver. That's when we come back.
Undercover Jetsetter helps you jet set the world and at home, bringing you travel, food, wine, mixology, and golf. With a reach of 120 million on social media and streaming networks worldwide. We're on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Check us out on YouTube, Wingding TV, Canyon Star TV, and DB TV. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, drop them in the comments below.
You may not have noticed, but the majority of Undercover Jetsetter is shot on the iPhone. So that means you can create your own TV show, or you may want to have great vacation videos. Well, we've made it easier for you with our book. It's called The TV Studio in Your Hand. It is a quick read, and you can get it here. So bring us along for your next vacation video or your new TV show. For a refreshing and extremely healthy drink to go with everything, try this one.
It is called A1C, and it's conceivably the healthiest drink ever made.
A1C is the first scientifically designed diabetic drink in the history of the world, and we love it.
And it's just not for people with diabetes, although it is great for that. Anyone can enjoy the wonderful health benefits and delicious flavor.
Go to a1cdrinks.com to try it and use coupon code JETSETTER1 for a 5% discount.
Cheers, Jet Setters.
And welcome back. In other shows, we have shown you the famous par 3 17th at Sawgrass, which is part of the Players Championship, and it's an island green, and it's a 150-yard shot.
How about a 250-yard par 3? We take you to one in Sunset, South Carolina.
This is the 17th at the Kiowa Vineyards in Sunset, South Carolina. It might be the greatest par 3 in the U.S. It is daunting in its beauty and the golf skill needed.
Probably the most stunning par 3 that I've ever played. You know, just with the water surrounding it, it's a peninsula green, downhill, just spectacular view with the mountains in the background. Couldn't ask for a better office for today.
That's LPGA star Amy Anderson, who was on my team during the Austin Ernst Charity Pro-Am. The hole is about 235 yards from a cliff over water.
Yeah, you know, we never play a par 3 where you have to hit a driver. That's obviously a very rare thing.
The rest of the team, including me, using a driver, dump our shots into the lake. But not Amy. She filled me in as we drove down to the green.
I think it was about 245 to the flag, downhill, so playing about 235. And I actually hit my driver really good, but it was a little into the wind, so stuck it to about 10 feet. Hopefully we can make a little birdie putt.
Nope, we missed the putt. Although Kiowa Vineyards is a private course, it can be open to the public for private and corporate events, including charity golf events here and on several other great courses nearby. And they have a corporate membership program for people who don't live here. It's near Greenville, South Carolina, and Clemson University. Try to get there just to try number 7 at the Kiowa Vineyards.
So, how did you do?
Wet. Nowhere near the green, but I definitely want to play that again.
All right, well, that's very good. And if you know about a great golf hole or anything else you'd like to share with us, share it and we might feature it on the show. Just tweet us at UC Foodie TV.
And if you want to go to a great place for a vacation, for golf or whatever, just go check out jetsetterdeals.com. We've got great deals for you there.
And get yourself to Cleveland for a lot of fun and great food.
Yeah, special thanks to Cleveland. Cheers.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas.